What's going on? What's up, friends? Hello, hello. We are streaming all over the place. It's so exciting these times, these days that we can be in a lot of places. So welcome, welcome. My name's Becky LaFave. She's in charge of business, and I'm super excited to be here with you. I coach female entrepreneurs on how to take charge of their business, okay? So today we are talking about attract new leads daily with content value-based driven, right? The content that is driven where we're not just throwing spaghetti up. We want qualified leads. We want qualified leads that raise their hands and say, yes, that is me, right? So if you're jumping on, make sure you say hi. Tell me where you're coming in from because we're all over the place right now. And tell me if you're watching the replay. So if you're a replayer, drop in replay. I want to hear from you. And before we get into this, I want to let you know that I'm having a masterclass on how to attract leads. How are you attracting leads, right? So let's give ourselves a number right now from 1 to 10, okay? 1, you know what, it's not happening. 5, yeah, I'm attracting some leads, but I could do better. Or 10, girl, I got them rolling in. They're just flowing, right? They're just coming in all which way. So let me know. What is the number for you? Drop your number below because, like I said, I want to invite you to our masterclass on attracting leads. And I want you to put in below masterclass so you get the link before we get in today's session. So the masterclass is going to be on June 6th, which is 2 weeks from now, June 6th. Now, don't worry if you got something going on in life, right? Because I will have the replay going on for a short amount of time for you, but I would hate for you to miss this if you're really looking to attract leads to your business. So, and also, I don't want to forget, I better write this down. Let my team know that if you complete the training, I will have a bonus for you, and it's called 10x your content. So let me write that down so I don't forget that we're doing that for that masterclass. So yeah, so if you're a coach, a network marketer, you're in direct sales, this would be huge for you. So drop in and say hello and tell me exactly what business are you in? What business are you in? Because I know that masterclass, if you are looking for more leads on social media, this will be so helpful for you. This will be a game changer in your business. So put masterclass below. That way I know that you want the link to join us, okay? So we're going to talk about 5 strategies today. I've got my notes here because if you know me, got a little ADD. What entrepreneur don't, right? Like that's how we roll. So I like to talk, so I need to stay on task for you because I really want you to get the value out of this. So 5 strategies to generate leads every single day in your business. So here's the thing. Most people don't understand this one concept. So let me just start here. So if you got a customer or you got a client, you got a sale, let's say, okay? You got a sale. Well, then you had some follow-up already. You started something, okay? And so what happens is you got warm leads, and then you've got more leads coming in, and this funnel gets a lot wider, right? Gets a lot wider. So at the top, you got an abundance pouring in, and as that funnel, you can picture what a funnel looks like, right? And you've got your warmer leads in here, and then you got your hot leads that are dropping out, and that's when you're really bringing in those customers. That's when you're bringing in new clients, and that's where you want your funnel to be. So how are you making that happen? Through your value post, right? If you're speaking to your ideal client, right? If you're speaking to your ideal client, that's the huge piece, is you want to be speaking to that ideal client. Now, if you don't know what that ideal client is that you're speaking to for your business, then you're not really adding value. You might think you're putting value out there, but if it's not the person that's raising their hand and saying, God, I feel like you're speaking right to me, then you haven't identified your ideal client yet, right? So that's first and foremost, this very important for you to do. So where are you doing this at? You're doing it, on your feed, in your stories, right? People love the stories, doing live video like I'm doing right now. You want to make sure that you're doing all of the things and playing full out on the platform that you choose, right? Play full out on that platform that you choose. So if you got hundreds of leads up here, at the top of the funnel, then they're traveling through this funnel. So if you have that drop in, I do, or drop in, I don't, my funnel is not full, Becky, because I'm going to teach you some things today that's going to help you bring in this funnel and start filling up that funnel with leads. Okay. So number one, what kind of content are you sharing, right? Like I said, that ideal client is so important that you know that person. So mine's a woman right around between 40 and 50, even younger I speak to, but I know her. I know her pain points. I know what keeps her up at night, right? That is what I'm talking about. You got to know to the core who that person is that needs to hear your voice, right? Needs to hear you out there. So if you're not sure, you need to get real specific, like I just did. Okay, get real specific in what she looks like, how she talks. I speak to women, so how that is. Now, people come to social media for four reasons. Okay, one, to connect. They want to make friends. They want to see what's going on out there in the world, right? I mean, everybody's living on social media. And if you're not, then you're probably living under a rock by now. I mean, 2022, this is where it's at, right? They come to be inspired. Most people say, Becky, you inspire me with your energy and, the value that you share freely. I share a lot of free value. Entertainment. The reels is a big deal, people. Reels, like I said forever, I'm not doing it, right? I'm not doing it. Well, I'm doing it, okay? I'm doing all the things because I'm dedicated to really help the woman on the other side that needs to hear my voice, right? So it's so important, like I said earlier, to use everything on that platform if you really want to grow that business. And educate. Educate is so important. I see so many people out there just throwing stuff up and hoping it sticks. Sales, sales, sales. Sales come when you add great value to somebody's life, right? When you add great value, like I'm offering today, right? Like I'm offering today. Or for an example, like the mastermind that's coming up. If you haven't heard, we're having a mastermind in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we're going to be having a mastermind on how to really attract your leads to you. This has been one that I've run a couple times that has been amazing for people. It's mind-blowing. They every time I do it, people are so excited to be a part of it. So put mastermind below if you want that link, because that's just another way of me adding value. And so as I add more value and more value to your life, hey, Nancy, thanks for joining. Once I add more value to you, the chances are you're going to get involved in something that I'm doing. One of my coaching programs, that would be the next step. Whatever program I bring out could be the next step for you. But if I just brought it out and you don't know who I am, chances are you're probably not going to buy from me. So as a woman in business, our job is to add a lot of value to people's lives, right? So they trust and like you and want to do business with you. So step number 2, plan out your content weekly. No more wiggly, just throwing up stuff. Like the stop and go, not showing up is not working anymore. So if you're like, Becky, I don't do content for the week. I just kind of randomly, put it up for the day. Well, I'm telling you, it's not good. And what ends up happening is you throw something up and it's not adding enough value and people move on. There's a lot going on, right? So today I want you to say, I'm going to stop doing that and I'm going to start fresh, right? Today's a fresh new day. And yes, Becky, I am going to get organized. I'm going to get organized and I'm going to set it up for the week, right? So in my program, I do just that. We take a day and I teach you how to set up your week, even your month, right? You can even go as far as a month. Now, I know some people, when they first start out, that seems like, too much, right? But it's available to you. That's the beautiful thing. It's available to you. So you want to make sure that you're always sticking, and I teach this in my personal branding, is the personal branding buckets, right? You've got to know your buckets to know what you're putting up on social media. What are your personal branding buckets that you're going to teach on? Number 3, I want you to keep track every single day. Yes, you heard me. Every single day, the people that are paying attention to you, right? Those are the people that are loving what you're doing. At first, people are not going to raise their hands and say, hey, me. So I really want you to pay attention to who's paying attention to you. And get this on however you keep track of your leads. Whether I choose a few different things I share, because everybody's a little different. Some people are, electronical, some are not. But listen, when you first start out in your business, it's a numbers game. Everybody goes on the list, no matter what. And then you go over, and here's the beautiful thing. You make a connection with the new human, right? And it might not be about buying what you have to offer, but it is about striking up a conversation and building a relationship, because this is how business is done, is on relationships. So if you're building a relationship with having conversations, chances are, if they love what you're doing, they're going to automatically raise their hand and say, hey, I want to do business with you, right? Or you go in and you ask for the sale after you put in equity. Most people don't understand this. They show up social media and they go, hey, I'm selling something. Well, you didn't do equity into somebody else's life. You're not giving enough. So you got to commit to starting conversations with people and connecting. Super simple, right? If you go to a party, what do? Do you stand on the wall? Then why did you go to the party? The host invited you to the party to interact with the peeps. So when people show up on your page, they're saying, hey, hi, I'm here. I love you. I love what you got going on, girl. Right? So let's strike up the conversation. Number 4, consistency. Like, be consistent, right? You can't miss a day. You can't miss a day. I know it sounds crazy, but if you're building a business, then you show up consistently. You don't go to a job, or you don't go somewhere else and go, yeah, I'm not showing up today. It's not an option when you own a business. I've been owning a business for 30 years. I can count on my hand how many times I didn't show up, right? On probably one of my hands in 30 years of business, because that's important, right? People count on you. So every day you should be putting something up on your wall, some piece of content of value, showing up in your stories. People love it when I get in my stories and I show behind the scenes of what you're doing. Show the behind the scenes of your life, right? People want to know you as a person too, and what you got going on. So serve the most high value stuff to your ideal client. And this is when success comes in. The sales start coming in, okay? Number 5, this is huge. All 5 of them are huge, but this is huge because this is one of my biggest things in the beginning. Being ADD is not an excuse, you guys. Being organized in a business is probably one of the most important things about your business. And people think they can just be scatterbrained, and you just can't. Okay, you just can't. And you got to follow up. So if you're not organized, how are you following up? You're not following up properly. And so it's so important that you have a system that you put your leads in, a system that that you can follow up with and be responsible, because if you want to make sales, this is part of it, right? You got to have a consistent program. So everyone, get a system down. I don't care what it is, get it down. In the beginning, like I said, everybody goes on it. As you get busier and you're attracting more leads, you get to be a little bit more choosier who gets on the list, right? Who's commenting on your post, who's showing up on your live videos, who's, in the polls in your stories and raising their hand, hey, me. those are more qualified leads. But at first, you want everybody to be able to have that conversation, okay? So, follow up with the invites. So I have a lot of free challenges, get in there and do some free challenges, sneak peeks, calls, get in there and really follow up. The key is to organization. I can't say it enough. How many of you are committing? I am going to get organized in my business. Drop in and let me know, because I know a lot of entrepreneurs. This is one of the things that we don't do, right? We don't do. So the worst word, I wrote this down because it is truly the worst word we can say over a swear word, okay? And if you don't know me, I'm probably a big F-bomber. Just going to keep it real. But this is worse than an F-bomb, okay? Overwhelm. Overwhelm is self-sabotaging, okay? And really, it's just, you're telling yourself, I'm overwhelmed, I can't do anything, and it's just excuses. We all have a lot going on in our lives. Would you agree? But if you get organized, guess what? That word doesn't even exist in your life anymore. So I want you to get organized so you never have to say, oh, but Becky, I'm overwhelmed. No, can't use that excuse anymore. Becky already told me, get organized and that'll go away. Okay? It will go away if you're organized. Trust me. So don't want you to forget. Make sure that you implement what I taught you today. It's not enough for you to learn it. You got to implement it. So promise me you're going to implement what I teach you. And listen, if you want to be a part of that masterclass, drop in masterclass below. I'll make sure that you get the link. We are going to be talking about all things attracting leads, social media, branding, closing, all of the things that you need to know when it comes to being clear on social media and standing in your brand. So thank you so much for joining me, you guys. Stay in the magnetic life. And also, if you haven't joined our community of powerhouse women, I just fired up this group not long ago. We're growing pretty fast. I'm excited. So if you are a woman and you are like, girl, I'm ready. Like, I want to do all the things. I'm cranking it out. Then I want you to join She's in Charge of Business. Okay? She's in charge of business. Let's go, ladies. Talk to you later. Bye.